Hi, I'm Sri Master Galighticus for Galighticus on Q, and today I want to talk a little bit about dreams, the significance of why your ancestors or some of your loved ones, some of your friends who are your dearly departed, transcended friends have moved on but come to visit you in your dreams. What does that mean? How is it possible? And the question that I'd like to ask you is, when you see a loved one in your dreams, do you accept it as a real occurrence? A lot of people don't. Unfortunately, there are people who have dreams about their departed, deceased friends and relatives, but they don't accept the visitation that occurs after their physical death here on earth. So let's talk a little bit about how we can make value and the best use of these rare occasions in some instances. When someone leaves this life and they depart from the physical incarnation of life here on earth, there are a myriad of things that can happen once they leave. But the one continuity that we see in the spiritual world is that when you have a connection with someone and you see them in your dreams, most of the time it is something that I would like to call and refer to as a visitation. It is up to you to take the benefit and the meaning and the consequence of what that means to you, as well as the continuance of the relationship that you had with this person. A lot of times people will dump these experiences and these instances into a wasteland within their memory banks and then allow it to pass out of their consciousness altogether. Why do they do this? They do this because they don't think that this has any consequence. Unfortunately, it is not altogether an imaginative dalliance of your subconscious. This is a real construct. And if you think about it, it actually is commonsensical. What means do or does a departed soul have to reach you outside of coming to you in your dreams? What is the reason that they would come to you? Now, another part of what happens when they come to you, you don't hear them talk, you just see them. And a lot of times there is no communication. There is a very good reason why a deceased soul will come to see you and not be able or permitted to communicate oratorically to you. This is primarily because they don't have the energy to do so. Also, sometimes they do not have the connection that you have given them, a ventricality of a passport and a very experienced connection that comes through offerings. This primarily happens with having a functional altar that you've made offerings to the dearly departed, or you've done some type of ritual like burning a candle, offerings of food, burning gam for them. What this does is it makes the connection stronger to them so that they can build the energy to be able to communicate with you in your dreams about what it is that they are doing on the other side. If you are not someone who believes in making offerings, a lot of times those dreams are going to be just that. But when you're a spiritual person who has interface as the order of the day and you practice ritual on a regular basis, you practice offering gam, which is Galighticus ancestor money, on a regular basis, you are doing a multiplicity of things. The primary thing that you're doing when you burn gam or you make offerings or you have a highly functional altar, this serves as the conduit that allows the connections from the spiritual world, from the astral planes, from the divine world, from the human afterlife to form into your consciousness and connect better with you. Why? So that you can make better use out of the cause of why it is that they are appearing to you. Why are these transmissions taking place? Let me give you another analogy. If someone sends you an email and your name is EngilbertHumperdinck613@gmail, that's a pretty long name. If one of those alphabets is missing or out of order, or the 613 is misarranged or rearranged, that email will not reach you. So what you do to ensure that this does not happen, you want to have the energies around you to make the incoming data very, very clear and specific so that it reaches you. You want to set up the hub in your consciousness that you have a database in which to receive these messages that come regularly from the other side or from above you, from beyond you, from even inside of you at certain times. There is a reason why when you look at people who have altars, they are very, very well connected to other systems of reality that are beyond them, that they are not a part of physically. But their consciousness is connected to it as a conduit because they have done things to ensure that their connection and the avenue, the passports to these planes of reality and to some of these realms spiritually is fully intact, fully operational, and free of any chaos, detritus, or confusion. So again, when it comes to dreams, we miss out on a large amount of data that ultimately can benefit us when we do not participate in having offerings on our altar or burning gam or even believing in the reality of why these dreams exist in the first place. Lastly, you don't want your dreams to continue to be that. You want your dreams to become recordings. There is a difference between dreams and recordings. The difference is Dreams are something that you title as something that you get the permission to be an imaginative situation that eventually will dissipate quickly after you wake up. When you have a recording, you have given the license to the incoming data of that dream to transfer into something that you have access to, which is the reason why we label it a recording. A recording is something that still continues to exist within your consciousness that you can use at will and subtract the information from it and utilize it for your benefit. Now, you may wonder why people watch the news. Why do they watch the weather? Why do they look at what the winning lottery numbers are? It is because they want to be aware of something that has happened or something that will affect them. They want to check the weather and see how they need to dress accordingly. They want to know if they're going on vacation, if they're going to another country. They may want to do a 10-day forecast so that they can dress in concert with what the weather is going to be. It is really no different with the system of dreams and recordings. You want to check some of the things that are all about your incoming timetable and what you are about to experience on the timetable of your destiny and your physical life. These things are all forecast to you in your dreams. But if you put it in a file cabinet that belongs to the imagination, you're not going to be able to make much use of it. One of the things I do is teach all of my students to stop saying dreams and allow themselves to experience what the magic and the beauty of having a real recording is. There's so much more that I can say about that. But for now, in layman terms, and for the neophyte, and for the general public, I will leave it there. I am Sri Master Galighticus for Galighticus. I hope this has illuminated you to a fair degree. Anki. See you on the next broadcast.